What do you think about whenever you hear the idiom, "It's raining cats and dogs"? Whatever it is, you surely don't think it could actually ever rain cats and dogs, right? Well, you'd be almost correct. It might not have rained cats and dogs yet, but it has rained some very strange things like, say, iguanas. Yeah, actual lizards. That's not a metaphor for rain. Are you ready to explore with us today the top 10 most mysterious things that fell from the sky? Well, let's go. Number 1 is gold. Hey, is this the best thing to ever fall from the sky? I'm pretty sure it is. This all happened in March 2018 in Siberia when an old transport plane took off taking $378 million in gold, platinum, and diamonds on behalf of a private mining company. During takeoff, the cargo hatch tore open, and as a result, 200 gold bars went spilling into the air. Now, mind you, that's a total of 3 tons of gold. Almost all of it was retrieved afterwards, sadly for treasure hunters, but they had to search a lot for it because the plane continued to fly for almost 10 miles after takeoff, spilling gold all along the way. Number 2 is an exploding green fireball. Researchers managed to capture an amazing video of a bright green meteor that zipped over the southern coast of Tasmania. Although the video is black and white, live witnesses to the meteor said it definitely appeared to be green to the naked eye. The meteor burst through the Earth's atmosphere, crossed the sky, and then disintegrated above the Tasman Sea. It's highly unusual for people to witness a meteor exploding in the sky, and even more unusual for them to be green. Maybe we have it right when thinking that aliens are green. Number 3 is iguanas. Cloudy with a Chance of Iguanas. Seems as crazy as an actual movie titled Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, but this weird weather forecast seems to be true. How is it possible? Well, when the weather temperature dropped down below 40 degrees Fahrenheit in southern Florida, iguanas that tend to chill out in the treetops got too cold and couldn't hold on to the branches. Oh, the poor little things. And the poor little people from Florida who actually see frozen iguanas falling seemingly from the sky and into their yards. So there's a lot of warnings that say you shouldn't disturb an iguana if you see it on the ground because it might not be dead, just frozen. And when the weather warms up, they're up and at it again. Number 4 is boiled bats. You're probably thinking, wait, what? Upon hearing the title of this video, and that would be the correct reaction to this utterly bizarre phenomenon that happened in January 2018 when hundreds of heat-stricken bats fell from the trees of Campbelltown in Australia. After a heat which made the temperature rise to 44.2 degrees Celsius or 111.5 Fahrenheit. That's 111.5 Fahrenheit. The poor species of bat that found tragic deaths can handle temperatures of about 30 degrees Celsius, but anything above that starts to addle their brains. And after that, well, they basically boil. Ouch, what a way to go, and what a sight to see. So how are you holding up so far? Well, we hope you're ready for what's to follow because, oh boy, do we have some crazy stuff to show you. I hope you've liked the video so far already, and if not, take this chance to do that. Hit the like button, then go on and subscribe to the channel. We've got lots more videos like this one, and we're updating every week. Number 5 is comet debris. Now, this didn't happen recently. This was almost 12,800 years ago, and it still puzzles scientists as to why this exactly fell from the sky at Abu Huraira in northern Syria. In 1973, before Abu Huraira was flooded, archaeologists were able to collect enough evidence of houses, food, and tools to identify a Paleolithic settlement and also evidence for early agricultural society. Among the artifacts they found were grains and melt glass, nanodiamonds, microspherules, and charcoal. It was suggested then from some features of the glass it was formed at an extremely high temperature, in fact, so far higher than what a human could achieve at the time. The explanation they came to that it was caused by a violent, high-energy, high-velocity phenomenon, something like a comet that exploded in the Earth's atmosphere, and the debris managed to destroy the Syrian village completely. Number 6 is a meteorite. Now, let's look at a very recent example of space things falling from the sky. And by things, we actually mean a meteorite. This happened in January 2018 in Hamburg, Michigan, when a meteorite crumpled up the sky in pieces and it fell down on a frozen lake. After scientists analyzed the rock from space, they found it actually contained thousands of organic compounds that were formed billions of years ago. That means it dates back to the early days of our solar system. And in its turn, that means that other meteorites that have crashed into Earth when Earth was still very young carried similar molecules. With this discovery, scientists are able to peek into the early life on our planet, which is by its own an amazingly significant discovery. Number 7 is SpaceX. A lot of things can fall from the skies, we've clearly seen on this video today, but one thing you don't expect to see is a spaceship. I guess that's what living in the 21st century means nowadays. When the SpaceX's Starship program launched the SN8 prototype, everyone was extremely happy that everything was going according to plan. It took off from the Boca Chica facility in Texas, zoomed up about 12.5 kilometers into the sky, and then while it was descending to the landing mark on the ground, it exploded and burst into flames, apparently completely failing to manage the soft landing they hoped for. We guess this could be a bad day in the life of Elon Musk, since SpaceX is his brainchild. Number 8 is the Rainbow Meteorite. Sounds absolutely like something out of a fairy tale, but in reality, it's a very important discovery and it holds a key to chemical building blocks of life. Now does it sound more exciting? Sure it does. The rainbow-colored space rock broke up over Costa Rica and scattered debris between the villages of La Palmera and Aguas Zarcas. Now, 2 years later, there are ongoing studies to see if it actually contains the chemical building blocks of life. The soft meteor originally broke off of a larger asteroid, which formed out of dust from an ancient nebula. That very nebula would later birth our solar system. The rainbow meteor contains complex carbon compounds, which may include amino acids, which can come together to form proteins and molecules like DNA. Wow. Number 9 is space junk. Space junk? Yeah, indeed. If you think about it, it actually makes sense for space thingies to be falling out of the sky since, they're up there. So it happens that sometimes some of the numerous satellites and tech, they simply lose steam in orbit and tumble toward our lovely planet. Usually if the machinery survives re-entry into the atmosphere at all, it splinters into pieces, which means the debris won't pose a danger to earthbound individuals. So you really don't have any danger of getting hit by them in case we mistakenly created you a new phobia. Sorry. Well, before we see the final video for today, have you subscribed to our channel already? Surely you have. Right? No pressure. But push that button. Come on. You know you want to do it. Do it. Do it now. No pressure. Let's continue. Do it. Do it now. Number 10, coffee additives. Huh? In 1969, a South Carolina factory that was producing the non-dairy creamer Cremora was struggling with malfunctioning air vents. The clogged vents led to somehow allowing the powder mixture to leak out in the air where it was mixed with falling rain and ended up falling, making a huge mess onto Chester in South Carolina. Borden, the company that made Cremora, paid a fine of $4,000, which to be honest doesn't seem like a very high price to pay, for allowing the product to be released from the plant. And before you say that $4,000 was a lot back then, you'd be surprised to know they actually paid the fine 20 years later in 1991. What a story. Well, there you have it for today, the top 10 most mysterious things that fell from the sky. Which one did you find particularly weird and why? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and hey, hit that notification button so you'll know when we upload our next video. We'll see you next time.